Hey guys, welcome to Algos Made Simple. Today we're tackling Leetcode121, best time to buy and sell stock. Let's dive right into it. You were given an array of prices where prices at index I is the price of a given stock on the ith day. You want to maximize your profit by choosing a single day to buy one stock and choosing a different day in the future to sell that stock. Return the maximum profit you can achieve from this transaction. If you cannot achieve any profit, return 0. I would let the interviewer know, okay, I understand I'm getting an array that has different prices of a stock. It could be, a month's worth of prices, a week's worth. It could be sporadic. It could be years worth, decades worth, etc. It doesn't matter. But I'm trying to find the best day to buy and the best day to sell. And then I'm going to return the maximum profit between those two. So if it was a sorted array, if the stock only went up, so it started off at, $1 and just only went up from there, I would want to get the lowest and the highest. So I can just take the first number in the array and the last number, or the min number, the max number, etc., etc. But we don't know for sure. The stock could have started off high and then gone low, because it could have been at its all-time high and then dropped off and then got a little bit higher again. So we can't do anything like that. But I again, conceptually, I understand what's going on. I want to pick out the numbers that would have been the best day. If you had hindsight, were able to look back at the prices on the market, when would you have bought this stock and when would you have sold it? So very simple ask on this problem. Let's look at the example just to dive in here. We've got prices and it's got 7, 1, 5, 3, 6, 4. So again, this is the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a software engineer to figure out that I would have liked to have bought it when it was $1, and I would have liked to have sold it when it was $6. 6 minus 1, my total profit would have been 5. Very simplistic. Again, can't use the 7 because we're not allowed to do any kind of short selling or anything like that. So the 7 doesn't help us. If we buy at the 7 and get it involved, we're losing money the whole way. And again, if you don't buy at the 1, any other price wouldn't make sense. You're costing yourself some money. So that's great that we understand it conceptually and that we understand what's going on. That just shows that you have half a brain. So diving in here, how would we code it up? Well, the way to code it up would be, let's look through, we're going to want to hold two numbers at a time and compare them to each other. So again, double nested for loops could work here, because you could take your for loops and you could have the 7, and you could see the 7 minus 1, or I'm sorry, the 1 minus 7, because you're selling it for $1 and you bought it for 7. Is that going to be my highest? No. Okay. I go through and just find all these numbers and go through it, find what my all-time high is, return it, O of n squared. That's fine. But again, this is another one that the optimal solution is as simple as the brute force solution. So we need to hold on to two numbers here. So that should tell you anytime you're comparing two numbers, you want to do it as quickly and efficiently as possible. That you're probably in your game plan, you want to think about having a left index and a right index simultaneously and be able to compare those to each other. And that's going to be, of course, a sliding window type problem. So to kind of show you what I mean, if you'd had your left index right here at 7 and your right index at 1, well, you know that 1 is less than 7. So there's no reason for you to use that 7. So move your left index to 1 and your new right to 5. All of a sudden you have a $4 profit. That's great. That's in the right direction. So then we can stay here at the left. There's no reason to move from it. Look at the 3, $2, no. Okay, 6, $5, that's better than the $4. That's our new one. 4, is that $3 difference better? No. But again, if this was 2 right here, and then you had your 1 right in here, then you'd be at a $3 profit. The 2 is less than the 1. You'd switch the left index to the 1, and you have the 1 and the 6 right there. So that's what you'd be looking at right there. Basically, anytime your right index is less than your left index, you want to swap and put your left index to the right and just move your right further on down. So what does that look like coding this up? Again, another thing we know we're going to need that you can put in your game plan. we know we're going to need a max profit variable. And that's probably going to require us to do the max of the max profit variable compared to the current profit. So diving in here to it, we've got best time to buy, sell, and we're getting prices in here. And again, what we want is a left index set equal to 0, a right index set equal to 1, and we want to have a max profit variable, and go ahead and set it equal to 0 because if we can't achieve any profit, we're going to return 0. So that works out for this one. So what we'll do is we'll say while right is less than the length of prices, so the length of prices being, the reason for that is we want to go every index that prices has, and at the length of prices, that's going to be one more than the number of indexes, than the number of the indexes go up to. So same number of indexes, same number of length, but your indexes of course start off at 0. So going through there, we'll say while right less than length prices, and we will go through and say if prices at index left, so the day we bought it, that's your buy date, the price of the index left, if they're less than the price of the index right, so this is less than the price of the index right, then what I want to do is I want to have my left be equal to the right. And again, I'll have my right bump up 1, but we can do that at the end of this whole loop right here. If that's not the case, then what I want to do is have profit equal prices at the index right. So, right here, for instance, minus, so profit equals prices right minus, well, if we can get the minus button, prices at index left, and then all we're doing from there, now that we have a profit, is saying max profit equals the max between what we already have as max profit and the profit we've just collected. And of course, coming out of this, we want to do right plus equals 1 because it keeps us moving on down the list of prices. It keeps our days advancing. We can't get frozen in time here. And coming out of all this, once we've exited the loop, we just want to return max profit, whether it's going to be 0 or it's going to be a new max profit. That's all we want to do there. And this one is as simple as that. Very simplistic code, very easy code. Again, this is O of n, which is what we're looking for on this particular problem. Nothing wrong with that. And it should be something we can remember, that just that if you're comparing two numbers at the same time simultaneous, you can do double nested for loops, but it pays to look at the sliding window problem and utilizing that as having your left and right going at the same time, so you can look at, even though you're going through the loop just once, you can look at two numbers at once and compare them to each other. So that's what a sliding window gets you. So again, let's try it out. So we're looking here, we're going to have left at 0, right at 1, so 7 and 1. And we're coming down here, if prices at index 0 are less than prices at index right, so 7, 1, then we want to make the left equal to the right. So in this case our left would now be 1, and our right is going to advance 1. So then we're doing, at this point, we're doing the 1, our left is now 1, and our right would be 5. So come down here, this is no longer true. Profit equals prices at right, so we get this 5, minus prices at left, 1, 4. So it's going to take the max profit, max between 0, our current max profit, and 4. So it's going to set our max profit equal to 4 now. Our right's going to advance 1 again. We're going to come back down. It's going to be 3 minus 1. That's not going to be better than 4. It's going to be 6 minus 1, which is 5, which is going to be better than 4. It's going to set our max profit to 5. Then we're going to see 4 come down here. 4 minus 1, which is going to be 3. It's going to be 5 compared to 3. 5 still our best answer. We're going to return our max profit of 5, which is the output here. Again, another pretty easy one, guys. Another one that you should get excited if you get, and one we've got to get. But very simple code. Keep it easy. Keep it sweet. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back with another one shortly.